are making the first ever kids ride-on car for adults.
You have to be kidding.
In the last video, we took the axles off the donors, put them behind the current Power Wheels. We put this piece of metal on here. This will be our frame. Now we're gonna stand, jump on it, doesn't even budge. Keep in mind, this car has two motors in the front that are located right there and right there. And it also has two motors in the back. Then each axle has another two motors, another two motors, another, and another, which makes this thing have 10 motors in a true 10 by 10 kids ride-on car. In the previous video, we figured out how we're gonna use the stock suspension to get this thing to ride smoothly.
That's good suspension.
It is more important to have suspension articulation and climb over obstacles than it is to be comfortable while driving it. That is why we're going with a new plan. So we're going to take a look at the suspension. As you can see, when you push down, the spring moves, but the axle does not because it's made for comfort. So we push down here, you can see the bar is moving because that is the pivot point. So the original idea was to put a Heim joint and weld it to the frame, which would make this articulate and keep you comfortable while driving because the springs would absorb the pressure. However, the new plan is to cut all these things out, add a Heim joint here, and weld it to this frame. So then this will pivot on the Heim joint up and down, back and forth. And we're gonna do it for all the axles. It's actually a 12 by 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Essentially it'll be a 6 by 6 connected to its trailer that will be a 6 by 6, or it will have two pairs of 2 by 2s. What I mean is it's gonna have additional 8 wheels on the back on top of the 6, which will make it a 14 by 14. So the way I'm planning on doing that is I'm gonna go weld a Heim joint here, leave this so this axle swivels up and down, and then I'm gonna put a hinge and a pin. The pin will allow it to swivel side to side. The hinge will allow it to flex up and down, or I could just do it the other way where I put the pin in this way and the hinge in the other way. The brake off right here. So as you turn, the 6 by 6 will turn and carry the trailer behind it and drag it. Instead of it all being connected, so when you turn, this whole thing has to drag, kind of like tail swing on a trailer, except the wheels are hitting the ground and it's extremely bad for all components. I'm going to explain the mods quickly and why we're doing them. For example, let's just say we have a hill. We're going to be climbing a ton of hills with this car. And let's just say you're climbing the hill. The car is coming up the hill. It will look like this, where the wheels back and front are touching the ground. All the middle wheels are not touching the ground. So then you have the back wheel and the front wheel are the only ones trying to drag this monstrosity of a Power Wheel up the hill. That's why we need to add a hinge here. With a hinge here, it will allow these wheels to stay on the ground and it will look like this. So then these wheels will be on the ground, these wheels will be on the ground. This one might not be on the ground as much, but as you can see, 8 out of our 10 wheels are on the ground and we're getting much more traction. So the reason for the hinge was to wrap around the hill. The reason for the pin is for steering. So without steering, this thing will only be good at going straight. We will never be able to make turns. However, we're gonna put a pin here. We put a pin there, we're gonna break the frame. So as you turn, this will point the vehicle in the correct direction. These will follow. Meanwhile, without the brake here, as you try to turn, one of two things will happen. With the wheel turned, the thing will still go straight because all these wheels have most of the traction. So they'll just keep pushing it straight, or it will turn very slowly. The other thing that can happen is, if let's just say you have all the weight here, and you do get these wheels to get traction and turn, all these wheels here are gonna rely on this wheel, this pivot. So if this wheel is here and this thing is turning, all these wheels are gonna drag on the ground. So like, instead of it turning like this, it will just go straight and then the back, it will have like a swivel. So instead of it turning to make a turn, this will go and it will swing out. So as this goes forward, this side is just going to go backwards. It's like going to sweep the ground as it moves, which is so ineffective, and it will guarantee we'll be breaking some possible axles, bending some wheels, destroying the rubber on our wheels for sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.